What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Life with a Jobbing Plumber. Short and sweet intro, there's no need for it really, but I needed something in there, otherwise it just goes straight into the jobs. No! Anyway, as usual, don't give this video a like, don't subscribe and don't comment, because yeah, I think saying it, you know I'm being sarcastic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is our next job. There's no light in here. No hot water. I came the other day because they had no hot water and the PRV dripping outside. So what I presumed was the vessel needed recharging. Recharged the vessel. Sorted that out, went to wash my hands, ready to leave. No hot water. Came upstairs. The flow cartridge has failed. The little sensor. I think it's a bobbin type on the Baxi. Can't remember the exact name. But that's what we're here to change. It's just not ideal with it being so low down in this tiny little attic, going through this tiny little hatch. Oh, I've brought a new cartridge in there and a block in case it snaps. This handy little tool came with one of the cartridges I got off eBay. It's 13mm that, because the size on the Baxi isn't quite, I mean, it's not perfectly hexagonal or whatever that shape is inside there, so that just tends to help get it off. At least it did on the last one. Power off and whip off the cover. Like I say, I've already shut off the cold water mains because the cold isolation valve under this boiler doesn't work. I discovered that last week. Don't know how much you can see, probably not a lot. But what I always find is best, I've just undone the filling loop off, it's an integral one, it gets in the way. I always find if you undo the cold water isolation valve off the bottom, touch wood, I've never had one snap, and I don't know if it's because of the vacuum. You've released the vacuum on it, I don't know, but we'll find out. This boiler's only 9 years old, so that's ages on its side, I suppose. So the sensor's already off because I had to take it off because it was constantly on and didn't have any heating whilst it was on, and the boiler was just overheating. So we'll get our little socket and that'll drop on to there, and like I say, it's a 13mm spanner. Oh my god, that was tight. Still is tight. I don't know if it snapped or not. They're not the easiest things in the world to get on. Has it snapped? No, it's not. Thank God for that. Right. New one. Grease up all your O-rings. There's only one on this, but I grease up the O-rings and threads just to ease it back in. I'll just nip it up with a spanner. You don't have to over tighten these. Right, that's all back in. Hall effect sensor just click back on. We need to now replace this fibre washer. That came out easy enough for a new one. That's that back on. However, what the hell is that coming from? Oh, I need a new washer on that now. I now need to drain the friggin' heating as well. Right, that was a ball ache, so I wasn't expecting to do that. We swapped the washer in it. Probably would have just nipped up that bloody thing, but don't know. Once I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. Should be good to go and turn on the stop tap, and then we're going to put pressure back inside the actual boiler itself. And hope for the best. Crawling back into my little Harry Potter cupboard. If it was under stairs, it would be a proper Harry Potter cupboard. Right, water's back on. Obviously with no pressure in it, so we better put some in now. Oh, it's a pain this. I'll be glad to be out of it. Oh, for God's sake. Always dead tight the left hand side. That shadow there, I don't know if you can see it, flapping around. I keep thinking it's a drip, it's the bloody filling loop caps wobbling around, it keeps tricking me. Right. Let's go and try the hot water. The amount of times I banged my head on this fucking ceiling as well. Oh, I don't know where you can see, so I have to go a bit further. Beautiful. We have hot water. Dan doesn't have a back, but the customer has hot water. Next one is another Baxi. Not the same fault though, this is leaking from somewhere. Let's let the cover off and see what's going on. It's a split condensate hose. Yeah, she's split. The old grey condensate hose at the back there. Oh my god, right. Nice little job. It's easier. I've changed them before without taking out the burner and the fan and stuff to get access onto that. Last time I did it, I struggled that much to getting the frigging clip off there that I snapped the thermostat off that pipe. So from now on, for sake of the silicon tube, the gas connection, 2 fan plugs, this lot, 4 10mm nuts, and that off, it's dead easy to do. Whip the diverter head off that, and that side's easy to do as well. I'll go and grab one for them van. So this is the part which supersedes the one that's in. Easy, power's off now. To flick out the actuator head, there's a little pin here. Sometimes you need a screwdriver to pull it off. Sometimes you just need to hold your tongue in a funny position. And sometimes you just need to struggle and it won't come off anyway. Right, now we've got access cleanly onto that clip. I wonder whether these will help. First time I've used these for, is that right? For one of these. I can't see. Probably enough that. Yes. Right, so that's the bottom one off. I don't know if these will actually make it easier to get on that, but I'll give it a go. If not, we're going to remove the burner door. Just be mindful, if you ever remove the burner door of a Baxi, the injector is going to come out at the bottom of this pipe like that. You see it fell out there. That did that quite fast. And that's that out of the way. That'll do the inspection and a bit of a clean up. Look at the state of them electrodes. It's supposed to be a pound coin gap. That doesn't actually look too bad. Yeah, look how much access we've got to get onto there now. The clip won't fit through the hole. Come this way then. There you go. Not exactly sure where it was split. Yeah, anyway, you need to save that grommet. That keeps it part of the room sealed appliance. You don't need any lubricant on this, it goes on quite easy. Put your clips on before messing around with the grommet because you'll only keep pulling it back out again. Easy peasy. For God's sake. He said, I shouldn't have said easy peasy. Fuck off, man. Diverter. Actuator back on. pin back in. Right. Sort them electrodes out. We'll put our burner door back on and give her a test. Whoa. When you're tightening the nuts up, make sure you do opposites. So let's say we tighten that up now like we have. Go to the opposite side of that. Opposites. And then double check. You go back around and torque them up to manufacturer's settings. FT is what I torque it to. Let me know in the comments what that means. Service mode, minimum, it's the time it condensates most. We'll give that a run for 10 minutes. We'll check everything, but it should be absolutely sweet as a nut. Next up is a couple of basin taps to change. I don't know what's going on with them. Anyway, customer's got some new ones. Pretty similar. They're on flexes, but there's no isolation valves. I don't really like the look of them flexes. Well, they don't look in bad condition, they're just a bit twisted, aren't they? I'm going to shut the water off downstairs. Now I can wet these out. Oh, it's the wrong way around as well. That's hot, that's cold. Water's off, I think. Oh, I can't bother going and get my taps there. I wonder if I can do everything with an adjustable spanner. Let's see. I'm going to have to go and get the taps because I won't be able to tighten everything up. But let's see how much I can get done with just an adjustable spanner. Flexi. One off. I'm not going to show you doing number two because I'm going to do exactly the same again. Just the tap out then. The taps are out now. And the flexis potentially could reach to the other side, but I think it'll put a little too much of a kink on here. You can see that now. Because they're coming off bends, you see, and to get onto the straight bit of pipe, there's T's just down there. Everything's just dead tight, which is why they've done it the way they've done it. I'm going to see what the customer thinks. She might not actually want them changing around because she is elderly, and I suppose it's just something she's used to, innit? Right, so I've got a washer underneath there. Yes, I know this is the hot, but I can flip the caps out and swap them around. I want them at least rotating the right way. And I've got to put a plastic nut on and washer underneath as well. Right, so we're keeping the hot and cold the way around there was originally, but I'm going to swap the flexes just for the sake of a few quid. It's not worth reusing the old ones. I mean, that one doesn't look the greatest, does it? I'll nip them up there with the box spanner. You don't have to over tighten them, otherwise you'll snap the plastic nuts. I mean, it's not kinked, even if it might look like it on the camera. It's exactly the same as it was. I'm not impressed, but it worked last time, didn't it? I started on the tap first because the last one I started it on the actual pipe, and it wasn't easy. I don't actually know how I did it. Is it like that? I think it is. Yeah. Tighten that up now. I've just pasted up the old olive because there's no chance I'm removing them from where they are. Water is back on. I don't want to get super soaked. Let's flick out and pull the caps and change them around to the customer. Use a standing knife to do that. Next weapon over hot. Lovely. Job done. Now I've got to go to another leaking boiler, but this time it's a Worcester. Bit of a change for you. It's always a Baxi or a Worcester. So that's the leak. It's looking like it's going to be the flow turbine adapter, but because the customers have the water off, it's dry as a bone at the minute. So we're just going to wait and see. It's a bit unusual. It's not dripping off the front. It's actually dripping where my screwdriver is there. So that's very strange. Right, so I've turned the water off down there again. Customer's opened the hot tap. So we should be good to open this. There you go, it's breathing in now. We'll flick off that pin. Flicking the pin. Get that with me on now. I don't know what's... Oh, there's no bloody flow restrictor in this, but that's not going to make a difference for it leaking. It does feel brittle like. I don't know. We'll put a new one in and hope for the best. Normally you'd put your flow restrictor in there, but I haven't got one, and it's not got one in it, which is strange. Big washer is going to sit here, and then the little one on here, and we lubricate the hell out of them. There we go. That's our flow sensor. There we go. Lubricate this O-ring up as well. Push that back in. That's normally the hardest bit now. I'm trying to get this pin in, but I've got a little hack for that. So the hack is you put it in on an angle like that to start with, and it should, he says, do that. It also helps if you move this pipe around whilst pushing it down, and it'll find its home. Just like that. Right, now I need to go and get a fibre washer for this, put a new fibre washer on it, and then we're good to go. Give it a try. Water's back on. Seems alright, customer's just going running the hot tap now, but other than that, we'll be on our merry little way. Wasn't actually anything up with the old one. I think I showed you, didn't I? I don't know where it's gone now. I don't know why that was leaking from where it was.